Hey everyone, once again welcome back. In the previous video we created this form view and we also created the aggregation. So now the time is to submit these values into the controller and then store them into the database, right? So we also want to upload this image. So how to upload the image in the Laravel? So here just fill this form here and in the controller stuff. So if I go here in the product controller, here I'm reading this out, right? So let's remove this 1L, right? I did the 3 1. So here choose an image and solution, submit this out. Username field is required. What the hell is this? Oh, it's still submitting on the submitting this on the point store, right? But here I want to submit this on the admin.products.store, right? Okay, now let's give it a refresh and resubmit this. Submit, and yes, now we are returning name, description, points and image. So here we need also same validation as we did this for the points, right? So I will do this very faster because I already explained you each and everything. So here I'm going to create um, a new request. This will be the inside the admin and product create request. Okay, products request, and then this will be the okay, make this true and some name. This name should be required, should be string and not longer than 255. Why? Because string contain the 255 length, right? Putting this same rule here like this. This one is for the description. This should be 50,000, and then this would be the points. One should be integer, and this should be also, if I go here, minimum 1, right? So this should be also a minimum rule, minimum 1, and we don't want to specify the maximum value, right? Okay, and then you want to validate the image, right? Image, this would be required, and this should be image have image validation, and we can also define its mimes types, right? Like mimes here, and we can define its png, jpg and stuff like that, right? So now let's validate this as png, jpg, right? It will accept only png or jpg images. Okay, so now let's go here, add this request here, create request for the products, not from the points. So also you can make sure it from the top. Okay, let's give it a refresh. It's a app.png file. Image must be an image. Image field must be a type of png or jpg, right? So I know that why this one is throwing, right? Maybe you didn't notice this thing. Here we are taking the image but still not working. Why? Because whenever we are uploading some files, so we need to add the ink type here, which is multi-part or form data, right? Multi-part or form data, then our images will be uploaded, right? Otherwise you will get some string here in the controller. Now let's give it a refresh, retry it, png image, submit this, and yes, now it's successfully we are submitting this request, right? So here it's displaying an empty, so because this one is stored by default in the stored in the temp file, right? So that's why it's not getting this out. So here we will first make sure that we are getting an image. So if request to you can also make this using has if you have, or you can directly apply this if you have an image, right? And then you can say that yes, or you can say that else. So we don't need this else. Okay, so here if request has an image, so just print this image, right? So like this. So refresh it, and yes, we are getting this image like it's in the temp story, right? Okay, so now how to get the file name and these things, right? So before this, so file name equal is request, or we can directly store it here, file variable, and then we can get this here using file get client original name, like this one is a helper. So let me get the file name here. I will also tell you that to fresh, and yes, I'm getting this payment solution dot app dot png, right? I'm getting this name using this extension, right? Okay, so here I'm getting this name, right? So now I want to make this unique name, right? So how I can make this unique? So simply go here, and here you need to add the time, and then can get with this one, right? So here what time it will return is this will return the time in the integer format, and I'm concatenating with this one, right? So now let's save this one and give it a refresh. So what it will return, so now returning the time in the integer format. So this one is the image name. If you will refresh it again, so it will return the unique name every time, right? It will return the unique name every time, and maybe in somehow the you can generate the 100 image in a instantly. So it will generate maybe in millisecond. It will make the easily difference differentiate these images, but somehow server stuck, and it will generate the same name of two images. So here for this, to avoid this, to generate the same name, we will also add another thing here to generate this with the rand key, right? So this will also generate the unique name. This will also generate the unique word, and then this will pass an image, right? So in this way we will make unique image, right? So this will also make this unique, with somehow if the time will return the same for only one image or two image. So this will become this will hard to differentiate between two images if their image name is same. So that's why we added this method here to avoid this situation, right? So now the time is to store this image into our storage directory, right? So let's go here. This one is a sorry guys, this one is a storage directory. So here I want to store my file, right? So how to do this? So simply call this file, which is above one, and to call this move method, and then we can also use this store method, store, right? And if I go here, I opened a blog for you where you can view it, that how you can upload your image, right? So let's go here. This one is using store as, yeah, right? So you can also use this store as. There is another which is used for this one, and here this will by default store your image inside this app, right? But store, and I want to create this inside the public, right? After the storage, app, public, and then my image path. So here I want to create this products first, products slash images, right? Or you can say that product slash images, and then image name, file name, right? Save this one and let's give it a try. So close this one, continue, and yes, if I go here, and yes, our image is uploaded here, right? So in this way you can upload your image, and you can also do this step in the, you can also add this in the new method. Like if I go ahead and cut this out from there and add a private function, upload file, right? And it will accept a file here, and then paste this out here. So, and also a file name, okay. And here I need to call this because this function exists in this file, so that's why I need to call this keyword. And then I need to write its name, upload file, right? It accept the file first, and then second file name, right? It will do the same job, but if you want to use this in the store method and in the update method, so you don't need to write it 2 times, so you can reuse this method by simply calling this one line, right? Okay. And in before case you need to write this 2 times, right? So now I add this here so we can reuse this again. So uh, that's is a good practice to create short functions and add them inside other functions, so the code will be more readable, right? Okay. And then after this uploading stuff, we need to store this image into the database. So how we will store this image into the database? So first we need to store the product into the database, because our product foreign key is here, right? So we need to first create the product, and we need to store the product ID into the galleries table. So now let's add the product model here, create, right? And add this an array, and here need to add this its name, a request which is coming in the name attribute. Then do this for other one, which is description, and other one is for the points, right? And also make sure to add this into the fillable property. So here, go here, protected fillable equal name, and then its description, and then points, right? Save this one, and also go to the gallery table model here, and this would contain the product ID, and this would contain the uh, image and this would contain the type, right? Close this one, and here this will create the product here. So now let's store this into the variable, and add product, return it here, return, oh my god, return this here. So now let's go here, give it a refresh, and yes, now it's returning this product, and it will be also stored in the products table, products, and yes, this product is stored here, right? Okay. So now I want to store this product image. So let's go here, and in the gallery here want to create this, and make this what's the name of foreign key? It's the product ID. So here I want to store the reference of product. So this product is returning the product ID, right, in this ID param. Okay. So object, so here I'm calling this ID from this object, and then we need the image name, right? So I can store this file name, so later on we will get this name from here, project2, right? And then type would be the this one would be the product, right? So product type. And after this I want to return successful message, right? That this one is created successfully. Okay, save this one. And after this, if here I want to print session flash, right? Alert to success, same session key, and then with a different value. We can say that product saved successfully, product saved successfully, right? And by the way, here we have created our image, right? So we can also store this into the new method, right? A private per private function store image, right? Above one is upload image and this one is a store image. Okay, so gallery, and here this one left a product, need a product, and then a file name, right? Product and file name. So simply go here, call this method store image, right? First is accept the products, and then other is file name. Make sure to pass the proper parameter. Don't to pass this like file name and this should be product, right? So it will pass the wrong parameter and this will be throw an error, right? So make sure to pass them correctly. So store image, so here we are storing the image, right? And we don't need to anything, we don't want to return this anything here, so remain this like this, and here storing image, uh, storing this like this, and return back, right? So now let's go back here, give it a refresh, choose some image, job portal, submit this out, and product saved successfully. If I go here, give it a refresh, yes, product have 2 ID, and if I go to the galleries, yes, it's have this two foreign key and this image and its type, right? And here now everything is working fine, but I want to show you one more pro tip here. So what is the pro tip? So for example, here I'm creating a product, right? I'm storing an image, right? So both should be executed. So for example, if the product is saved but this image is not saved, so it's not good, right? So we will lose our image. So how to restrict the logic to execute both one? If only one is executed, so other one should be rolled back. So here let me first give you a real example. So here this one is storing this file, this store image is storing the image. So for example, I mistype this out here, or due to some reason this gallery wouldn't create it, right? So here there are two products, right? Let me go to the products, two products, right? So if I go here and choose an image here, submit this, throwing product ID doesn't have default value, it's throwing the error, right? But if I go here and give it a refresh, so our product will be added. Refresh, and yes, product is added. And if I go to the galleries, so image is not added. So this is not good thing if our application is throwing some error. So this image is not created, so our product should be also rolled back, right? It's not good thing to store only once, only single information, and then we will lose other information. So store both of information, right? So how to restrict these restrict this situation? So you need to, for this you need to apply the transaction on it. So if something went wrong, so if the first record is created, so you need to roll it back, right? So how to do this? So it's very simple. You can apply this using DB transaction facade, or you can also use this using closure. So I'm going to do this using DB facade here. DB facade here, you need to call this begin transaction, and when your transaction will be completed, so you need to add this here DB commit, right? So it will comment this that this after during this process, if something went wrong, it will not commit this out, right? So it will throw it will roll back. So where it should be rolled back, so we need to add this logic into the we need to add this logic into the try catch, right? Try, this information would be in the try, right? Try, and then we need to catch, apply the catch, and inside the catch exception and exception, and here this would first, before this it will db roll back, right? So it will roll back all of the things which are created before this error, and then return back oops with error, with the errors, and we can get this get to message, and like this. So it will get the message from this extension base cloth, and if I go here and give it a refresh, and yes, it's returning this error here. So our product will not be created, image is not created, and if I go to the product, our product is not created. If I go here and give it a refresh and resubmit it again, throwing the error, and this product is also not created, right? But if I go here and make this correct here, go back, add new information here, jobs portal, submit this out, and yes, it says that product saved successfully. And if I go to the database, and it's also storing the product, and galleries is also storing this product, right? And you notice one thing, that here the id is 3, and then now it's beginning from the 6. Why it's beginning from the 6? Because whenever we are when we uploaded our product where our image is not stored, so it's stored our product inside the database, and when this image is not stored, so it's roll back this product from here, right? And we did the same, so it's incrementing this id, but it's removing this product from there, and when we added new things, so it's added it from the new id, right? So basically it's adding the product, and if its process is not completed, it's roll backing the information. So in this way we can upload the product into the database, and also restrict this to store the both information. And I hope you will learn a lot from this tutorial. So subscribe the YouTube channel, and share your feedback about this course. I will meet you in the next one. Take care guys, bye bye.